He says all right. Yeah.
Good afternoon and welcome to the regularly scheduled City Commission meeting for June 24, 2025. If you would, please stand with me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can we have a call for attendance, please?
Commissioner Thomas.
Here.
Commissioner Pruitt.
Here.
Commissioner Witt.
Here.
Commissioner Hargis. Present. Mayor Staten.
Here. First up on the agenda, if I could have any, and there's probably quite a few, any friends and family of Rosemary Taylor to join us at the podium up here for a special proclamation.
Whereas the Mayor and Board of Commissioners of the City of Henderson seek to recognize and honor individuals whose service and personal contributions have enriched our community, and whereas Rosemary Taylor faithfully served the Henderson County school system for nearly 3 decades in the special education department, where she became a pillar of support, encouragement, and inspiration for students with special needs, celebrating every victory, no matter how small, with heartfelt joy. And whereas in addition to her work in education, Rosemary selflessly served caregiving roles at Colonial Assisted Living and later at the JFK Community Center, where she supported after-school and summer programs, facilitated community rentals with grace and warmth, and served the youth of Henderson with tireless love and generosity. And whereas Rosemary's dedication extended beyond the workplace, including service with organizations such as For Good Community and active involvement in her faith community, first as a member of Race Creek Baptist Church and later as a devoted congregant of Greater Norris Chapel Baptist Church, where she served on the culinary team and other ministries under the leadership of Reverend Charles Johnson. And whereas one of her proudest recent achievements was supporting her daughter in obtaining a home through Habitat for Humanity, a dream realized through love, faith, and perseverance. And whereas Rosemary Taylor's life was a living testament to kindness, faith, humility, and an extraordinary work ethic, she brought joy to those around her and uplifted her community in every role she undertook as a daughter, sister, mother, caregiver, educator, church member, and friend. And now, therefore, the City of Henderson does hereby pay tribute to the life and legacy of Rosemary Taylor, a woman whose unwavering compassion, dedicated service, and deep love for others leaves a lasting impact within the community.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's always sad when we lose somebody here at the city and who's meant so much to the city and to the community. And just by talking to many of the people around that knew her, she's left a legacy that will not soon be forgotten.
Right.
And with my deepest condolences.
Thank you.
It is also my honor to present to you this proclamation on behalf of her and on behalf of her life and on behalf of what she meant to our community.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. What's your name?
Glenn.
Glenn.
Yeah, I'm a brother.
All right.
I'm her sister, Carol.
Can you pronounce it again?
Carol.
Carol. Nice to meet you. What's your name?
My name is Mary Petrie. I'm her best friend.
Mary Petrie. And you?
Sandra Cavens. I'm a friend.
Sandra?
I'm Clara Bertinelli. I'm her sister.
Clara. I'm Brad. It's nice to meet you all. I wish it wasn't under these circumstances.
Nice meeting you.
But please accept this proclamation on behalf of the city. And if you all would like to say anything to the commission or to the community about Rosemary or about this particular situation, you are more than welcome to have the podium to say whatever you would like. Who would like to take home this proclamation?
Her daughter, but I'll give it to her.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. And if any of y'all have some words, you're welcome to share those with us right now.
Yeah, you want to say something?
I just want to thank everybody. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, just to come here and see the love and the support that my sister has just made this part of, this journey easier. It's just so nice to be able to see that. And I know Rosemary was loved. I call her an angel because she was such a giving heart and she loved working with the kids. She loved working with her community and she won't be forgotten. So thank you guys.
I just want to say before you leave, Rosemary showed us what being a servant is all about.
That's
Yes.
right. That's right.
Anytime I called and said I'm going to have a function up on Martin Luther King or here,
Yes.
she said I'll be there. She didn't say how much you're going to pay me. She didn't say any of that. She was right there, and everybody in Henderson knows when you look at somebody who wanted to make Henderson better, she's at the top of the list. And
Yes.
we thank you for sharing it with us.
Thank you, Robert. Thank you guys.
And I tell you, she's really going to be missed
Yes.
because you wouldn't believe how many people knew Rosemary. You couldn't go nowhere without Rosemary, Miss Rosemary, the little children. Yes, she's really gonna be missed.
She is.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next up on the agenda, we have a recognition of new employees.
Yes. So if I could invite Mr. Brian Williams and Miss Nancy Watkins to the podium, please.
Okay, I would like to introduce Nancy Watkins. She's been with us for about 30 days. She works in the Traffic Control Division of Public Works, and she runs the sweeper that runs from 2nd Street south, and she's doing an excellent job in the short time she's been here.
Welcome to the city, Miss Nancy.
Thank you.
I've known you quite a long time now,
Yeah.
and just have one quick question for you. So what was it that made you want to come work for the city of Henderson?
Well, I already had my CDL. A friend contacted me about a bus driving job for the city because I wanted to year-round work instead of part-time work. And I started looking and I saw the street sweeper, and I knew who I would be working for if I were to be hired. So yeah, that's worked out well, and I really like it.
Good deal. Well, thank you for coming over. And you're right, you've got a heck of a good management team over there at
Yes.
Public Works. Yes,
Yes.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Well, welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, next up, if I could invite Chief Dixon and 3 new firefighters up to the podium, please.
All right, so today I've got 3 new recruits that had started with us last week. I've got Hayden Goff from Evansville, Cameron Garden from Evansville, and then Joseph Harper. He's from Owensboro. He was formerly with Greenville's Fire Department and decided to join us. And then Cameron, he's along his way too. He's already got his EMT, and then he'll be starting the academy with Hayden. Hayden next week starts his accelerated EMT at the academy as well. So they're along their way, they're doing well, and we're happy to have them.
So I'm going to ask you guys the same thing. What was it that made you all want to come work for the Henderson Fire Department?
I'll start. Just from the first time I went on a ride along here, just all the guys super accepting, and they still are. Just treating me like family since the first time I met them. Yeah, great community here too.
City, town that's growing, and then a department that's always trying to find a way to make themselves better, serve the community, and always looking for a way to advance. So.
Somewhat like he said, his fire department's felt like a big family since I started knowing them.
Good deal. Well, you've got, again, we're blessed at the city to have a number of really good people in leadership positions. Chief Dixon is no exception. He is fantastic. I think you're really going to like working for him. If you love the community and you don't currently live here, consider moving. We have open arm policy here in Henderson, and you're right, it's a great community, and the fire department's a really good part of it. So thank you guys for joining. We appreciate it.
Welcome aboard, fellas.
Thank you. Chief, what does that bring us up? Where are you at now? Are we full staffed, or are we?
No, I'm still one down.
Just one down?
Yep,
Okay.
we're going to open our application up process up pretty soon, so
Okay.
we'll keep you posted.
And that's all for today.
All right, thank you, sir. Next up, if I could have, and I've been working on this, and if I mispronounce it, please let me know. Michael Vadbunker, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, Michael, if you could join me at the podium. If there's any friends and family that came with you, you're welcome to bring them up too.
Sergeant Michael G. Vadbunker began his distinguished career with the city on June 20th, 2005, when he joined the Henderson Police Department as a police officer. His leadership and dedication led to his promotion to police sergeant on December 4th, 2017, where he currently serves on the night shift. Throughout his career, Sergeant Vadbunker has demonstrated an unwavering commitment to public safety and professional excellence. He serves as a negotiator for the hostage negotiation team, a boat operator for the department's boat team, a recruit training officer, an evaluator, and a valued member of the peer support team. His prior service includes roles such as a corporal, a member of the emergency response team, and a member of the dive rescue team. In every capacity, Sergeant Bad Bunker has exemplified the highest standards of integrity, courage, and teamwork. Beyond his professional accomplishments, Sergeant Bad Bunker is a devoted family man who enjoys spending quality time with his wife Pam and their children, daughters Allie, Alyssa, and Ainsley, and son Aiden. Today, we proudly recognize and celebrate Sergeant Bad Bunker's 20 years of outstanding service to the city. Your loyalty, dedication, and tireless efforts have not gone unnoticed. We are incredibly proud to have you as a member of the Henderson Police Department, and we thank you for all you have contributed to our community. As a token of our appreciation, we are honored to present you with this 20-year service award pin. It is a small symbol of the immense value you bring to the department and the people you serve. Congratulations on this remarkable achievement, and thank you for your dedicated service.
All right, I just want to say thank you, first of all, for doing what you do. Bring that pen. Give it to you. I just wanted to thank you for doing what you do and for doing for what you do for so long for the city. We really appreciate it. Here is your 20-year service pin. And this is also a very manly and safe fleece blanket that we give to all of our people who receive awards. And so you can have that. I'm assuming you must be Pam?
Pam.
It is very
Yeah.
nice to meet you. I'm
Nice to meet
Brad.
you.
Nice to meet you. Thank you, sir, for your service. And if you would like to say anything to the commission or the people watching at home, the millions of people watching at home, you are welcome to do that.
It's been a wild ride, and we'll give it a few more years and see how it goes. Thank you.
Everyone, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, and if I could have William Collins and any friends or family of William Collins who would like to join him at the podium. And also, I would like to invite Commissioner Robert Pruitt and Chief Dixon to the podium as well for a special presentation.
For the month of June, we are proud to spotlight and honor a true local hero, Mr. William Collins, for his selfless, courageous actions that help save lives in our community. Last month, during the early morning hours, Mr. Collins was performing his regular delivery route to Golden Glazed Donuts when he noticed an unusual glow in the sky. Trusting his instincts, he investigated further and discovered an apartment complex on Adams Street engulfed in smoke and flames. Without hesitation, Mr. Collins sprang into action. He began alerting residents and helping tenants escape the growing danger. His quick thinking and bravery were instrumental in saving the lives of multiple individuals, most notably a family who was fast asleep and unaware that the building was on fire. Mr. Collins helped awaken and safely evacuate an older woman from the apartment. When she told him that her grandson was still inside, Mr. Collins did not think twice. He re-entered the burning building and brought him to safety. Because of Mr. Collins' bravery and compassion for others, lives were saved that day. His actions are a powerful reminder that the difference one person can make and how important it is to look out for one another. Henderson is a better community because of people like Mr. William Collins. We celebrate his actions and are proud to recognize him as an example of the very best of what it means to be a citizen of Henderson.
So my favorite part about what you just read is that Henderson is a better place because of people like you. Commissioner Pruitt brought your story to the commission. We give away a Community Spotlight Award once a month to people who are doing great things in the community. Commissioner Pruitt brought this story to the commission and recommended you for this month's award, and it's extremely fitting. Chief Dixon, would you like to say a few words?
Yeah, so I got to sit down with Mr. Collins, what I called you a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And had him come in, sit down with me, and go over his story about that night where his heroic events that he did and efforts. But I learned a few things from him. One, he was a city employee for 19 years, is that right?
19 years.
19
yeah.
years, and then he also worked for the school system for 9 years.
Right.
But one thing that stood out to me really was that the values that he has, and those are the same values that we prioritize at our department, which is honor, and that's honoring somebody else's life, integrity, doing the right things, and excellence, and being able to get the job done. And I also told him I think he missed his calling and that he should have been a firefighter. But from the bottom of our heart, we thank you again. Appreciate it for his efforts.
I just want to say something. Most of the time at 2:30 in the morning, most people sleep. They was. But by you having that job delivering donuts and for the bakery, God always has a ram in the bush. Sure does. So when we got the call, by the time I got over there, I already knew. You saved at least the first 3 apartment lives, not in the last 2. If you wouldn't have came by, this city would have had a big tragedy and a lot of funerals on our hands, and we thank God for you. So, God He's got an angel that's watching over us, and He sent you that day, and we thank you. The city of Henderson thanks you because we would be in mourning big time right now. So we thank God.
You're welcome. Just give God the honor, the glory. Don't give me nothing. Give it to Him.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Do you have any friends and family that are here with you today?
No, just me.
If you would, I'd like If anyone is here in the audience that is a friend, a family, or their lives have been impacted by Mr. Collins, I'd like to invite everybody up to the bench, because we always take a picture with our recipient of this award each month. So if you would, and the 2 of you, and anybody else who would like to join us, come on up, just right up here.
I was the one.
Yeah, he was one that, y'all get in closer.
Y'all get here.
Y'all get in closer.
I got it. You go.
All right, are we ready? Oh, got a couple more?
We got more.
Get their smiley faces
All
on.
right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Perfect.
Oh, it was. Oh, okay.
All right, next up, we have a consent agenda.
The consent agenda contains the minutes of the June 10th, 2025 regular meeting, resolution number 44-25, resolution approving human resources report dated June 24th, 2025, resolution number 45-25, resolution approving agreement with the Henderson City County Airport Board allocating up to $431,857 for airport services and authorizing the mayor to execute the agreement. Resolution number 46-25, resolution approving agreement with Henderson Economic Development allocating $60,000 for services and authorizing the mayor to execute the agreement. Resolution 47-25, resolution authorizing funding for Henderson City County Planning Commission in the amount of $411,136. Resolution number 48-25, resolution approving agreement with the Henderson, Kentucky Chamber of Commerce Downtown Henderson Partnership Committee allocating a total of $47,000 for services in support of downtown Henderson and authorizing the mayor to execute the agreement. Resolution number 49-25, resolution authorizing funding for Henderson County Human Rights Commission in the amount of $46,020 and authorizing the mayor to execute the agreement. And resolution number 50-25, resolution approving memorandum of understanding between the city and Henderson Tourist Commission regarding personnel for the Henderson Welcome Center Gallery 101.
Before we get a motion, are there any items that any commissioner would like to pull for further discussion? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to approve, please. Do we have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Commissioner Pruitt.
Aye.
Commissioner Witt.
Aye.
Commissioner Hargis.
Aye.
Mayor Staten.
Aye. Next up, we have a second reading of an ordinance pertaining to the budget.
Ordinance number 22-25, ordinance amending budget and appropriation ordinance. An ordinance amending budget and appropriation ordinance for the fiscal year commencing July 1st, 2024, and ending June 30th, 2025 for the city of Henderson, Kentucky. Whereas on June 11th, 2024, the City of Henderson adopted its annual budget and appropriation ordinance for the fiscal year commencing July 1st, 2024, and ending June 30th, 2025, being ordinance number 27-24. And whereas on February 25th, 2025, the City of Henderson amended its annual budget and appropriation ordinance for the fiscal year commencing July 1st, 2024, and ending June 30th, 2024, being ordinance number 12-25. And whereas the city manager recommends that the following additional amendments be adopted, now therefore be it ordained by the City of Henderson, Kentucky, that ordinance number 12-25 is amended as follows. Information technology is amended to $1,274,550. Other is amended to $4,077,550. Transfers are amended to $8,221,000, and the total general fund is amended to $47,794,000. 2, there is hereby appropriated for the general and special fund accounts of the City of Henderson and allocated to the various funds of the city the following amounts. General fund expenditure total, $39,573,000. Transfer to PWI, $1,851,000, transfer to bond fund, $2,445,000, and the total general fund amended amount is $47,794,000. The bond fund is $9,726,000. Public way improvement fund is amended to $2,603,000. 3, the number and classifications of city employees as recited in the annual budget is approved as presented. 4, the city manager is authorized to hire an additional 2 police officers when it is deemed necessary by the chief of police and the city manager due to the length of training necessary for this position. 5, the city manager is authorized to hire an additional 1 firefighter when it is deemed necessary by the fire chief and the city manager due to the length of training necessary for this position. 6, the city manager is authorized to hire additional non-hazardous duty personnel for key positions when deemed necessary for succession training purposes, and the expenditures to the additional hires do not exceed the appropriations granted. 7, this ordinance shall be effective as of July 1st, 2024. This ordinance of amendment shall become effective upon its legal adoption.
All right, do we have a motion to approve, please?
So moved.
Do we have a second? Second. We had a lot of discussion on this leading up to this meeting, but are there any other comments or questions or suggestions? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Thomas?
Aye.
Commissioner Pruitt?
Aye.
Commissioner Witt?
Aye.
Commissioner Hargis?
Aye.
Mayor Staten?
Aye. Next up, we have an ordinance adopting the fiscal year 2026 budget.
Ordinance number 23-25, ordinance adopting budget and appropriation ordinance for the 2025-2026 fiscal year. Budget and appropriation ordinance for the fiscal year commencing July 1st, 2025 and ending June 30th, 2026 for the city of Henderson, Kentucky. Whereas the city manager has prepared a proposed annual budget for fiscal year commencing July 1st, 2025 and ending June 30th, 2026 pursuant to KRS 83A.150, and whereas KRS 91A.030 requires the adoption of the budget and the appropriation ordinance by the Board of Commissioners based upon the budget submitted by the city manager. Now therefore be it ordained by the city of Henderson, Kentucky as follows. 1, the budget submitted to the Board of Commissioners by the city manager is hereby adopted and approved, and said budget is incorporated herein by reference, and 3 copies thereof signed by the mayor shall be kept on file in the office of the city clerk as part of the public record of the city. 2, there is hereby appropriated from the general and special fund accounts of the city of Henderson and allocated to the various funds of the city the following amounts. General fund expenditure total, $41,658,000. Transfer to PWI, $1,483,000. Transfer to mass transit, $665,000. Transfer to construction fund, $874,000. Transfer to emergency communications, $887,000. Transfer to police and fire pension, $316,000. Transfer to civil service pension, $74,000. Transfer to cemetery, $388,000. Transfer to bond fund, $3,068,000. Transfer to sports complex, $292,000, for a total general fund amount of $49,705,000. Natural gas fund, $20,186,000. Health reimbursement arrangement, $140,000. Civil service pension fund, $80,000. Police and Fire Pension Fund, $316,000. Cemetery Fund, $649,000. Health Insurance Fund, $8,815,000. Bond Fund, $10,302,000. Public Way Improvement Fund, $2,315,000. Construction Fund, $15,764,000. Heart Operating Fund, $1,917,000. Sanitation Fund, $5,849,000. Emergency Communications Fund, $2,653,000. Sports Complex Fund, $1,121,000. Tourism Commission Fund, $350,000. Community Development Fund, $826,000. And Police Investigation Fund for $75,000. 3. The number and classifications of city employees as recited in the annual budget is approved as presented. 4. The city manager is authorized to hire an additional 2 police officers when it is deemed necessary by the chief of police and the city manager due to the length of training necessary for this position. 5. The city manager is authorized to hire an additional 1 firefighter when it is deemed necessary by the fire chief and the city manager due to the length of training necessary for this position. 6. The city manager is authorized to hire additional non-hazardous duty personnel for key positions when deemed necessary for succession training purposes, and the expenditures for the additional hires do not exceed the appropriations granted. 7. This ordinance shall become effective as of July 1st, 2025.
Do we have a motion to approve, please? Commissioner Thomas, do we have a second?
Second.
All right. Do we have any comments, questions, or suggestions regarding next year's budget? I want to just take a very brief time to hit 4 highlights of the budget coming up. So we've got the State of the City address. We'll go into more detail next month. But 4 things I wanted to pull out and just talk about that we're accomplishing with next year's budget. One is we've got a very robust increase in salaries for all of our hazardous duty employees built in. We placed an onus on safety and keeping the community safe, and we've got a very large increase in salaries there. 2, we've got our roads budget. For the second of 5 years in a row, we are increasing our roads budget by 10% compound. And we started doing that last year. It's also in this year's budget. It's anticipated to be in the next 3 years after that because inflation is hitting all different sides, and we don't want to fall behind on how many roads we're able to repair or rebuild. We'd like to keep up with inflation, eventually get out in front of it. The next thing we talked about last week was the blight elimination program with Habitat. That is where the city had budgeted $50,000 a year to go toward blight. And instead of doing that over the next 5 years in partnership with Habitat for Humanity, the city is upping its contribution to $100,000 each year. Habitat will be matching that $100,000 each year. So for the 5-year period, instead of $250,000 from the city, there will be $1 million between the city and Habitat that are going toward eliminating blight. And then we have a $2.5 million contribution, $2.7 million contribution that'll go toward the breaking ground on a new conference center out at Audubon State Park. We've been working on that project for a long time. It's in partnership with the county and city, and that's going to eventually lead to a new $14 million facility there at Audubon State Park that the community will be able to use for many, many years to come. And so we've got a lot of good things in the budget next year. We're looking forward to that. We've got a motion and a second. I'll take a roll call, please.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Commissioner Pruitt.
Aye.
Commissioner Witt.
Aye.
Commissioner Hargis.
Aye.
Mayor Staten.
Aye. Next up, we have a joint resolution with Henderson Fiscal Court supporting the completion of Section 2 of I-69.
Joint resolution number 51-25, a joint resolution of the City of Henderson, Kentucky and the Henderson County Fiscal Court expressing unified support for the completion of Section 2 of the I-69 Ohio River Crossing Project and authorizing the Mayor of Henderson and the Henderson County Judge Executive to issue a joint letter of support on behalf of both governments.
A motion to approve, please.
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
And I think, Gary, are you on Zoom with us?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
All right. This is Gary Valentine. Gary, what's your title there with the state and with I-69?
I'm an executive advisor for the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet. My main role is to help our project managers on what I like to refer to as our Big Three. Our Big Three are Interstate 69, the Brent Spence Bridge, and the Mountain Parkway. Just a little bit of my background. I've been with Cabinet for 35 years. I'm a professional engineer. Spent the first 10 roughly as a designer, the second 10 as a project manager, and the 10 after that as policy, and now I help project managers on these big jobs. So I was in a very similar position. I was project manager on the Louisville, Southern Indiana, Ohio River Bridges project at about the same point in time of what we're here tonight for.
All right, and can we use this time, can you give us just a very, very brief update on where we're at with I-69, specifically with Section 2?
Yes, with Section 2, right now, Kentucky Revised Statute 175B requires a finance plan for Section 2 when our statewide authority that was created by that statute is going to finance the project. And that's where we're at. The Kentucky Public Transportation Infrastructure Authority is going to take lead on financing this project. And a part of that will be financed by toll. So we roughly have about Section 2 is going to cost about, we estimate right now around $930 million, and then another $40 million in financing costs. So you're getting up to $1 billion. Roughly a third of that is going to be financed by toll, with the states covering the rest of the project cost. So where we are is we're in the process of entering into a bi-state development agreement with the state of Indiana for this Kentucky Public Transportation Infrastructure Authority, a KIPIA we like to call it, to take lead on this project and finance and deliver this project. With that, a finance plan is required for Section 2, and we're here tonight so you understand tolling is involved in that. The statute requires knowledge by local government that you understand tolling is going to be a part of the finance plan. The state authorities are required to document that, and then we also work with the finance cabinet. And what we'll do, once that bi-state development agreement is in place, KIPIA takes the finance plan on. That has to be ratified by the General Assembly in the upcoming session in 2026. Both those documents, they have to recognize those. When that's recognized, we can start the process and finalize the procurement to get a contractor on board for this job. And it's our intent in the fall of 26 to have a contractor on board to begin the final design and construction phase of the project. We expect construction to start in the first part of 2027.
We're looking at about a 3.5-year build out still on that bridge.
It's probably four-year build out. We expect we're targeting the summer of 2031 to have it open to traffic.
Gotcha. So while we have Gary on with us, do any members of the commission have any questions for Gary? I think just the one thing that every time I see you, we talk about, the most important thing here in Henderson for us, and I know there's support for it at our state level, there's support for it at the Indiana state level, there's support for it at the federal government, but when the time comes to have these discussions more intensely, we just want to make sure that we take every opportunity we can to reiterate how important keeping both of those twin bridges in place for Henderson is. I know it's not as important north of the bridge as it is for us because of the economic development corridor that we have that we call the Strip. But keeping that southbound bridge is absolutely imperative to us. And so whatever help we can get from you and from the state as we move forward through this process, it would be much appreciated, and an entire community would appreciate those efforts.
We will certainly be working on that. We understand that. It is a part of the current record of decision to remove one of those bridges, but just for example, we've already reevaluated that record of decision for project changes twice. Any of these major projects, that record decision gets reevaluated a lot, and we have 6 years to correct what you all would like to see.
Yes, sir. Thank you. And, yeah, and I know because we've talked many times that it isn't just political speak on your part, that you all actually do listen to us and that you are willing to help, and we appreciate it. Are there any other comments or questions regarding this letter in support of the bi-state agreements? Take a roll call, please.
Commissioner Thomas?
Aye.
Commissioner Pruitt?
Aye.
Commissioner Witt?
Aye.
Commissioner Hargis? Aye. Mayor Staten?
Aye. Thank you, Gary, for being with us. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Next up, we have a resolution approving new interlocal agreement with Davis County Fiscal Court.
Resolution number 52-25, a resolution of repealing interlocal agreement and addendum between Davis County Fiscal Court and the City of Henderson for solid waste, and approving new interlocal agreement between Davis County Fiscal Court and the City of Henderson for solid waste disposal.
We have a motion to approve, please.
Moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Brian Williams, you still with us? You want to come up and tell us a little bit about what we're looking at, sir?
It's, there's not a lot of change to it, so basically from the original agreement, it was a 5-year with five more year agreement, year extensions on it. So this agreement, what they've tweaked in here is they've actually labeled the next 4 years out as what the cost increase will be, which that will be helpful for us as far as doing our budgets for the next 4 years. And the other big change is instead of the five years, they've gone to this first term will be 4 years, and then after that it will be 3-year terms after that. And the reasoning for that, asking Davis County, is that the 5-year terms, their board commissioners, there was a lot of times that a commissioner didn't have any say in the contract agreement because it was such a long term that their terms expired before the 5 years came. So they wanted something shorter term so that each one of their boards could have a knowledge of what we were doing, Henderson, Owensboro. So
Makes sense.
so basically, in a nutshell, that was the changes.
Thank you, sir. Anybody have any questions for Brian? All right, we'll take a roll call, please. Thank you, sir.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Commissioner Pruitt.
Aye.
Commissioner Witt.
Aye.
Commissioner Hargis. Mayor Staten.
Aye. Next up, we have a municipal order authorizing the donation of surplus property.
Municipal order number 49-25, municipal order authorizing donation of surplus property located at 122 Letcher Street, Henderson, Kentucky, PVA parcel ID number 2-18-2-14 to Audubon Kids Zone Incorporated of Henderson, Kentucky, and authorizing the mayor to execute documents necessary to complete the sale.
Do we have a motion to approve, please?
So moved.
Do we have a second? Do we have any comments, questions? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Commissioner Pruitt.
Aye.
Commissioner Witt.
Aye.
Commissioner Hargis. Mayor Staten.
Aye. Next up, we have a municipal order appointing a new Parks and Recs director.
Municipal order number 50-25, municipal order approving appointment of Thomas Kinney as the Parks and Recreation Director and authorizing the mayor to execute employment agreement on behalf of the city.
Do we have a motion to approve, please?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Before we take a vote, I think Thomas is on Zoom with us. Is that right?
Mr. Kinney, can you hear us?
Good afternoon, Mayor and Commissioners and City of Henderson. This is Thomas Kenny.
Good afternoon, sir. So is there any kind of message you'd like to deliver to the commission before we vote on your employment here at the city?
Yeah, so I'm driving in a car right now in Houston, Texas, so if you hear me scream, it's because my wife's driving. Just kidding. So we are happy to be part of the community. We were actually down there just last week looking at housing, and we're very excited as a family just to be able to come down there. I've got 2 kids that'll be coming down, and excited to be part of the community and Parks and Recreation Director down there. Very excited to bring some new activities and just kind of look at what we've got and do a SWOT analysis to start off with and kind of go from there and be involved in the community. And so I like special events and all those different things that are going on. So I'm a graduate of Western Kentucky University, as well as my wife.
Go Tops.
You heard one person claim.
So I've lived all over the world.
Awesome. Well, I would be remiss if I didn't recognize how many people out here are with us from the Parks Department.
I thought you were supposed to say Western Grad.
Oh, no. I went to Western. I graduated somewhere else. So we've got a number of people from the Parks Department here with us too. I think we've heard some good things about you from our panel, and I can't speak for the entire commission. I can speak for myself though, and I'm looking forward to having you on staff. You got some big shoes to fill. Trace did a wonderful job with us for a number of years, and we're looking forward to having you.
I like the energy.
I do too.
Yeah, you bring a lot of energy.
Yeah.
Sir, I in the car, they drive back from dance. My son down there and picking up the other. Heading back home, so trying to get through this traffic.
Good deal. And the internet's better in Kentucky, by the way. Good deal. Well, thank you for taking your time out and joining us. We appreciate it. Do we have any other people on the commission that have any questions for Mr. Kenny?
Welcome aboard.
Welcome.
All right, sir. Well, enjoy the rest of your ride. I hope you get home safe or wherever you're traveling to.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so we do have a motion and a second. Are there any comments, questions, or suggestions? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Commissioner Pruitt.
Aye.
Commissioner Witt.
Aye.
Commissioner Hargis. Aye. Mayor Staten.
Aye. City manager's report.
Yes, sir. So we've got 3 items tonight that I need to talk about. The first is we have a piece of property at 521 South Adams Street. We have owned this piece of property since 1988 and have not had any really uses for it. But here recently we have had some interest expressed in the piece of property. So what we would like to do is recommend declare it surplus and then accept sealed bids to dispose of that piece of property. Ms. Kelsey, do you have anything to add to that?
Do you want us to go ahead and get a motion to declare it surplus property? Okay. Do we have any more discussion before we go ahead and move forward with a motion? All right, I'll take a motion to declare 521 South Adams Street as surplus property.
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any other comments, questions, or suggestions? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Commissioner Pruitt.
Aye.
Commissioner Witt.
Aye.
Commissioner Hargis. Aye. Mayor Staten.
Aye. Next, go
Yeah,
ahead.
so you're good. And then the next thing under city manager's report is as it relates to regional transit feasibility study. So as you all know, we're part of the Evansville Metropolitan Planning Organization, and one of the things that they have talked about, kicked around for probably a couple of decades, is the idea of a regional transit authority, which would basically connect, all of the counties in southern Indiana and us in Kentucky together in some sort of comprehensive public transit system. So this is something that the MPO is heading up, and they have actually put out an RFP for that. They just advertised it, I think, last week. And so basically this is me just making you all aware of this. They've started the advertisement for proposals. This is simply trying to, what they've done is basically gone out to try and find a consultant who would then perform a feasibility study. So at this point, there's no commitment. Once they receive the proposals back, we would have a representative or two from the city who would help review those proposals, who would kind of figure out what the cost would be. I think at the end of this, if we chose to participate in the feasibility study, which I think is a good thing for us to participate in, we're looking at no more than a few $1,000s on our part for this part. And this is basically the next step to see would a regional transit authority make sense in our area. And the whole intent is to better connect this region, to allow us to better compete with some of these other larger metropolitan areas and allow public transit across state lines a little bit more easily. So if there's any questions on that, let me know. But I think at this point, there's no need for action. It's just kind of letting you all know in case you all saw that out on the street, because it is being advertised.
Deal. No action necessary today.
I do not believe so.
Okay.
And then the third and final thing relates to our upcoming meetings. We have, I've updated the mayor on this, but as you all know, we're going through a parks master plan. And we're nearing the end of our public input phase. As you all have probably seen, we've had some Facebook ads, we've had the public survey, we've had some public community events. Brandsetter Carroll, which is our consultant for the project, has come out to the sports complex. They've done boards. They actually even spent a day or two at the high school and had a couple hundred, I think, high school students participate, which is really good because, as you all know, in the park system, some of the hardest people to provide amenities for are in that 12 to 18-year-old range. And so it's been really beneficial to get their feedback. And so as we're at the point where we're kind of wrapping up the public engagement phase, it's also included several meetings with stakeholder groups. We're at the point where we want to present, probably about 15 minutes worth of content to you all and kind of show you, Brandsetter Carroll has done their own evaluation of our park system. They've also gotten all this feedback, and so we want to present to you all what they found so far, but then also give you all specifically the opportunity to provide feedback as the commission, because they haven't started any of their deliverables yet, but this is kind of like the final step in the public input stage, and this would be your all's time to provide that feedback. And so We had tentatively talked about doing a work session the third Tuesday in July. We also, Mayor, I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about maybe the
Yeah.
best scheduling for that. But.
So we have a very light agenda coming together for the July 8th meeting, and nothing that's on the July 8th meeting that is a matter of urgency for us. And so what I might suggest we do is, instead of having a regular meeting on July the 8th, we have a special called meeting on July the 15th, and then follow that meeting with the work session that they're wanting to have about the Brand Sitter Carroll report. Is that okay with you guys?
I was gonna have to zoom in, yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, good deal. What about for you? Is that okay? July 15th, and then we'll have a regular meeting on July 22nd as well. Those will be our 2 meeting dates in July, if that's okay. Good deal. It's easy enough.
Yep, that's all I have for City Manager's report today.
All right. On the Commissioner's side, let's see, Commissioner Pruitt, do you have anything?
No, I'll just say, good to see you, Marie.
I'm pretending I know how to run the Parks Department.
He knew how to run everything.
Commissioner Hargis?
Not at this time.
All right. Commissioner Thomas?
Not at this time.
Commissioner Witt?
None today.
All right. And I have nothing. And with that, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.